when Trevor Cooney and Michael Benajay will join us here in the main interview room. As a reminder, if you're joining us, please silence your cell phones, no flash photography, and no recording of video in this room from now until the rest of the weekend. That includes social media video as well. Coach Boeheim is now here from the Syracuse Orange. We'll ask Coach Boeheim to tip things off with an opening statement. Then we'll take some questions.
Well, I think we've said enough. I'll take questions.
Let's look for the first question for Coach Boeheim. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Our microphone stewards in attendance will bring the microphone to you. And we have one for Mike.
Mike Waters from the Syracuse Media Group. Jim, what do you take from the first two meetings with North Carolina? And just in general, what is it like to play a team for the third time in a season?
Well, I think we know that how good they are. We played pretty well in both games and still couldn't win. So we know that. We also know that we were close in both games. So I think and obviously you're familiar. We're familiar with them. They're familiar with how we play. But I'm not sure, other than that familiarity, how much it plays into the game. I mean, it's still come down to who plays well tonight and or tomorrow night and whatever happens. They're a tremendous team. They've got tremendous size and depth, and they can hurt you inside or outside. So again, we know how good they are, and that's. But at this stage, you're going to go out and try to play your best no matter what. You don't have any tomorrow if you don't play well.
We're going to move. Go ahead, Coach. We're going to move to the center.
Jesse Doherty from the Daily Orange. Jim, the length at the top of your guys' zone is often associated with defending the perimeter, but how important can it be in this game to denying their guards from entering the ball into the post, high post, et cetera?
Well, your defense, whatever defense you play, is obviously North Carolina gets the ball inside as well as any team in the country. They always have. And they get the ball up the court as well as anybody in the country, and you have to be prepared for those things, those two things particularly when you play North Carolina.
We're going to swing over to the left side for Dan.
Jim, Dan Wolken from USA Today. How and when did you come to the philosophy of playing a tighter rotation, and is depth overrated?
Well, if you look carefully, during the year, Kansas played 11, most of the 10, 11. Then the tournament, they played 7. And if you look at most box scores, you might see 9 guys there, but usually 2 of them play 2 minutes and 7 play. I think that's pretty true of almost everybody, and it always has been. It's just something that's overlooked. I'd like to have 7. I'd like to have 8. I'd like to have one more guy, but you can... As long as players can play different positions, and we have 2 or 3 guys that can play different positions, I think you can get by with 7. I think zone tends to, you tend to get fewer guys into big foul trouble. And man-to-man, there's a lot of situations where teams are going to be isolated and driving, and if you get a guy with 2 or 3, they're going to try to isolate and drive that guy. You can't really do that against a zone, so we can protect guys better. Foul trouble's less of an issue for us, although, it can be. But I think the number of players you use in tournament play goes down for everybody, and I think we feel that we could bring another guy or 2 off the bench if we had to, but if we don't have to, we won't.
Let's make a move over to the right side for Zach.
Zach Schomburn with the New York Times. Jim, you've known Mike Hopkins is going to be the head coach in waiting since 2007, probably earlier. What informed you then that he was going to be a good future head coach, and has anything changed 10 years later, considering the 9 games that he took over?
No, the 9 games have nothing to do with it. That was my team, and you can't coach somebody else's team, especially a team that's in such flux as ours. If he'd have coached the last 6 games, then they would have said, well, he can't coach because he lost 5 of the 6. But, I coached those games. So, no, that's not a good sample. Mike has proven to me over and over again that he understands the game, the players, the other things that surround what a head coach has to do. He's much better than I am with the media, which probably isn't hard to be. And he's great with the players, probably better than I am. He's a great recruiter. He's really good with the fans and alumni. Again, much better than I am. And he understands what we do and how to coach. He's worked with great pro players with the Olympics and the World Championships, and he's done everything you need to do to be prepared to be a head coach. He's much more prepared than I was to be a head coach. I always thought it's better to get a great assistant who you really see that potential in to be the next head coach rather than hiring a head coach from another place who's had a completely different experience, maybe one at a smaller school. That doesn't translate all the time. Sometimes it does, but not all the time. But if you look at the great coaches that I've seen, whether it's Mike Krzyzewski or Bob Knight, and I mean, you can go quite a bit further. They got their head coaching jobs from being an assistant, and we're pretty good.
We're going to go all the way to the right side, to the right of the aisle.
Hi, Coach Andy Siegel with ACC Digital Network. From a coaching and leadership standpoint, how do you approach managing the different personalities and players that you have on your team, with different skill levels and personalities that you have? How do you approach that?
Well, every player is different. I think every player has different skill levels. You can have a little bit different expectations for every player on your team, and you handle players differently. The old saying that you treat every player the same is not true. I don't think it was ever true. I don't know who came up with it. Probably a football coach, because they deal with 100. We deal with 7 or 8. But everybody's a little different, and you have certain basic things everybody does. Everybody comes on time, and everybody has to do certain things. But everybody's a little different, and I think the key to being a good anything, coach, manager, teacher, whatever you want to say, is the ability to be flexible, and not only with your players, but with everything you do and your strategies, to have some flexibility. Probably could run for president with that attitude. We seem to have a lot of those people, pretty flexible. But I think that's a hard thing too, to be flexible. I think anybody can be black and white, strict. This is the way it's going to be done. It's easier to do it that way, but I don't think it's better. And so I would say we try to be flexible and work with our guys, and we do treat them a little differently. And I think I try to be hard on guys when we first get them, really hard to try to get them to what we need to do. And some guys, like, they come in that first year and you don't ever have to say a word for them. We like to coach those guys, I remember Stevie Thompson. I don't think I ever said a thing to Stevie in the 4 years he was with us. In fact, Ronnie Cycli got mad at me once because he told me, "You never yell at Stevie." So I started yelling at Stevie, like, "Stevie, what the heck? Why are you working so hard? Why are you doing everything I ask you to do? Why don't you make any mistakes?" So I yelled at him for a couple minutes. Ronnie didn't like that.
The next one's toward the back on the right of the aisle.
Chris Carlson from the Syracuse Media Group. Jim, at the start of the season, Malachi was shooting a bunch of threes. Obviously, he took over against Virginia, driving the ball. How did you guys get him from point A to point B this year?
Well, I mean, he likes to get to the basket, and I think he's at his best when he does both. the Virginia game, we talked at halftime that we were not getting to the basket. We were going side to side too much. And we just talked about him going. And I think once he goes and gets to the basket, gets to the foul line, I think it loosens him up a little bit. He starts to feel better about his three. And after he got to the basket, he hit a couple threes. But he's at his best when he really does both things. And that's what we like to see him do.
Down in the front on the left side.
Brett Friedlander, Wilmington Star News. Jim, when preparing for a team to play them the third time, knowing that you guys both do what you do you try to change things up to give them a different look, or do you just say, here's what we do, stop it?
We just try to do what we do better. That's all. It's a little too late in the year to be experimenting.
On the left side, Shannon.
Shannon Spake, ESPN. Hey, Coach. Talking to your players yesterday and just spending some time with them, they just seem very businesslike. And I know that this is a business trip, but they're extremely focused, and you don't see a whole lot of emotion out of them. And I'm just wondering, I know you just spoke about personalities of individuals, but can you talk to the personality of this entire group?
Well, they take after their coach, who has no personality. So, they've been a good group all year through the adversity. They just kept going. I think it's hard for a team when you lose. Most of the good teams, and certainly the good teams that are here, they had a glitch here, a glitch there during the season. And, you talk them through that. I've had teams like that, and you talk them through that one glitch. We've had like a series of glitches this year where we've had to kind of get through it. And they've been very, through it all, they come in the next day and they work hard and try to do things better. I think we've really been a consistent team from that aspect. We haven't been a consistent team as far as winning, but there's a lot of reasons for that, including the difficulty of the league and the teams in the league, and the schedule that we played in the league was very difficult. And so I think to get through all that, you kind of have to be on an even keel. If you were getting up and down a lot, it'd been a really roller coaster. And I think they've been good. They haven't gotten that excited. I mean, they're happy to be here, but they're not just happy to be here. They want to play well and do well here.
Continuing with questions for Coach Boeheim. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We have one on the right side of the aisle.
Matt Schneidman with the Daily Orange. Jim, this is also Todd Blumen's fifth Final Four. I know he started in '86, and I guess how has he stayed with the program, and what has he meant, even though it's maybe a role that not many people talk about?
Well, Todd was here about 10 years before I even realized he was still here. I think he was undergraduate for about 9, and he's been our video coordinator for a long time. It's always good to have people who know the program, know what the drill is, know what I'd like. The great thing about having assistant coaches that played for you, they know your personality, what there is, and they know how to adjust to you and what you need done. They get things done on a daily basis without asking, without having me to talk to them about it. And to have Todd and the coaches that I have who've been through it, know what we do, how we do things, and how I'm going to react to things, I think is a big plus for our program. The consistency that the players get year in and year out, I think is so important. And we've had the same strength coach now for quite a few years, the same trainer for quite a few years, and the same people in the office. All that, I think, just makes it easier. Makes it easier.
If you have a question for Coach Boeheim, please raise your hand. We'll send a microphone in your direction. Any further questions for Coach Boeheim right now? There's one all the way in the back on the right side. There's two.
Hey, Coach. Mark Ziegler, San Diego Union Tribune. I know you and Steve Fisher are good friends. You're both 71. Who's going to retire first? and as a corollary to that, what is the secret for both of you guys? You just seem so refreshed. And
I feel the same as I did 10 or 20 years ago. I probably feel better. I'm doing Pilates two times a week now for 2 years, and the 10 or 15 years before that, I didn't work out. So I'm probably in better shape now. I'm in the weight room a little bit now, which I didn't do for the 20, 30 years before that, since I stopped playing. So I feel healthy. My kids, they keep you going. Teenagers, I got 3 of them. I think all those things, they help you. But I've always felt the same. I feel the same now as I did 20 years ago or 30 years ago. I might have a couple more aches and pains, but I feel mentally the same. I feel better in terms of doing the job because you're putting even more into it because you know you're not going to be doing it that much longer. But I've never known how long I'm going to coach. And I still don't know how long I'm going to coach. That's not something I think about. I've never talked about my contract or the length of it for years, and I'm, still not talking about it. I just know that you could retire tomorrow. I mean, I don't know. It just depends what happens. Al McGuire once told me, he said, one day I was driving to work, and I come down the ramp and I turn right. And the day I turn left, I'm not going to work anymore. And he turned left one day. That was it. So I'm going to turn left someday too.
We have another question to the right of the aisle, CL.
CL Brown with the ESPN.com over here, Jim. A lot of the guys were talking about defensively. They feel like you guys have gotten better since the last game in Chapel Hill. I was wondering, from your perspective, just what is better about the defense now than that last meeting?
I think we're rebounding a little bit better over the last few games in the tournament, and a little bit at the end of the year too. I think our defense is pretty similar. I think it's been pretty good all year long. Our offense has been the weak spot for us over the course of the season. We really shot the ball well in Atlantis, and that's why we won the tournament down there. We shot close to 50% from the 3 and 50% from the field. We haven't done that since. But, again, I think overall, our defense has been pretty good this year, given the personnel that we have.
We have a couple more questions just to the right of the aisle.
Matt Schneidman with the Daily Orange. Jim, after Dayton game, you said, Tyler Roberson could have 4 rebounds the next game, and those 18 wouldn't really matter. Are the 8, 9, and 12 that he's had since then kind of the consistency you're looking for from him?
Yeah, I mean, we need him. We need every player to be consistent, and for the most part, our players have been consistent, and their effort has been consistent throughout, and Tyler's effort has gotten better, and that's important, that it has gotten better. And I think he's learned to fight through adversity and maintain his consistency better this year. Obviously, I'd hoped for that last year, and sometimes it just takes a little bit longer, but I think he's, as I said many times, we need 7 guys to play. We need production and effort and results from 7 guys to be effective at this level. We have weaknesses more so than we would like to, and everybody has to be in. Everybody has to be all in. One guy or 2 guys aren't going to carry this team anywhere.
In that same area, Mike.
Mike Waters, Syracuse Media Group. Jim, has your full court press ever been as effective as it was last weekend in Chicago? And is that something that you only use that when
Well-
you're down late, or do you ever use it early or ahead?
We used to press all the time. We had better personnel for it. Our personnel is not good suited for it right now. It was good for 4 minutes against Virginia and 2 minutes against Gonzaga. I wouldn't trust it too much longer than that, and I didn't. We took it off when we took the lead with 5 minutes to go in the Virginia game because I didn't think it was that good. Even though we got a couple steals, Virginia shot themselves in the foot. They missed a layup. They walked. They made a bad turnover. They did the right things. They were in the right position, but they didn't execute. And when you give a team 2-on-1s and they miss 2 or 3 of them and they're a good team, the odds are that they're not going to miss the next couple. And that's why we got out of the press. Our press is very, very not good. That's what it is. It's very not good. We used it once this year that it was successful, Virginia Tech, and it was successful because they went down and missed 2 layups. That's not a good press. That's bad offense. We tried it against several other teams, and we gave up about 90% shooting in those other situations. If you actually went back and documented it, I don't do that because I got a pretty good idea. It probably wasn't 90, it was probably 80. But our press was not effective. People went through it like it wasn't there. Louisville comes to mind, a few other teams come to mind. But I think a press can work. We work on it. It's not like we don't work on it and then we're going to use it. A lot of teams do that with zones. They don't work on it, and then they try to use it in a game, and they wonder why it doesn't work. We practice our press from the first day. You know that. You were there. We practice it. Actually, we practice almost every day for 4 weeks, and then during the season, we don't use it as much. But we do practice it, and we practiced it one day before the Virginia game. But the players did an unbelievable job in it. And Virginia's players made a couple mistakes that they normally wouldn't make. And the reason we wouldn't press in the beginning of the game, because we know we're going to be in a tough game. We know that they're probably going to be ahead of us because the 3 times we played them, they've been ahead of us. We don't want to press them and give them 2 baskets that they can get ahead of us easier. We'd like to make it hard for them to get ahead of us if they're going to. So, that's why we don't use it. We just, even really good pressing teams don't press some teams because they don't want to give up easy baskets. And we're not a really good pressing team. And there are not many really good pressing teams anymore because it's hard to press good teams. Good teams, whenever you press, you double team the ball. And if you're double teaming the ball, there's a guy open. And good teams find that guy. But again, in a desperate situation, at least we have something we can go to. If we didn't have it against Virginia Tech, we definitely wouldn't have been in this tournament like people thought we maybe shouldn't have been. But if we'd have lost that game to a pretty good team, we wouldn't have been in. They would have been 11-7 in the ACC. Whoops, almost slipped. Damn that word. She knew. 40 years, what do you want, But anyway, they would have been in the tournament, and we would have been out of the tournament if we didn't make those plays. And the press always seems to help you once or twice, but if it's not a really good press, it's not something we would use. When I played, we pressed every game for 40 minutes, every game. We had some guys, we had Dave Bing and a couple other guys who were pretty good at it. But, so that's the press. I guess we covered that one.
Let's move over to the right side, all the way toward the back.
I can do a clinic here if you want. I only do clinics on the 2-3 zone, though, so I can't really do one on anything else. 200 I've done in the last number of years.
Way over to the right, Coach.
Hi, Jim. Lee Feinswag. Speaking of 40 years, do you keep in touch with, or have you, with Roy Danforth? And do you have any recollections that you'd like to share the 75 Final Four?
Yeah, Roy was up. We had the whole team up this year, right at the end of the year. and we had a little party afterwards with those players. We had great memories. I mean, that was one of the greatest things. Well, at that time, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to Syracuse basketball. We beat #1 team in the country, North Carolina. Phil Ford, Mitch Kupchik, Walter Davis, Tom Lagarde. I think John Kuster was their 5th star. No, it might not have been. But anyway, I know 4 of them. That's pretty good. It was unbelievable win and an unbelievable team, how they played, and then beat Kansas State and tie the game with 5 seconds to go down 2. It was a great thing. It was great to see Roy. He's been back a few times. He was a freshman coach when I was on the varsity, and then of course I worked with Roy. Really, it was really good to see all those guys back in Syracuse.
We'll be joined in just a moment by Trevor Cooney and Michael Benajay from Syracuse with Coach Boeheim. But right now we're continuing with questions for Coach. If you have a question for Coach Boeheim, raise your hand. Any further questions for Coach Boeheim at this time?
Want me to tell some stories, or are you okay? Well. No, wait here. Somebody will come up with a question. They'll get embarrassed.
I thought they were excited about the clinic.
Uh-huh.
I thought they were excited about the clinic. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we'll send the microphone steward in your direction. If not, we'll wait for the student athletes to get here. They'll be here in just a moment. Oh, we have one.
Hey, Jim. Mark Bradley from Atlanta. What's your since we have time here, what's your introduction in your clinic on the 2-3 zone?
It's pretty much standard. This is like Jim Boeheim, and this is all he knows, so we're going to have him talk about 2-3 zone, I think. But I tried one clinic to start out with something else, and there was 400 coaches there, and they all started getting restless, and I knew right away. They said, "Okay, all right, we'll talk about it." It's amazing. You do 4 or 5 a year, and probably I used to do 10, and high school coaches come up to me every clinic I've ever done and said, "Thanks, Coach. We used it. We won the state championship," and that's a good feeling when that happens. College coaches aren't going to use the zone because they played man-to-man as a player, and they coached for somebody who played man-to-man, and they got their first job playing man-to-man, and they're not going to come in and change their philosophy. I think more coaches are using a little zone now as a change, and when the other thing isn't working. So I think it's a little bit, but coaches are going to pretty much stick with what they've always done, I think.
We're joined now by student athletes from Syracuse, Trevor Cooney and Michael Benajay. Their teammates are in the locker room for your questions and answers, and we'll take questions now for all 3, both Michael and Trevor and Coach Boeheim. If you have a question, please raise your hand. There's one to the right of the aisle.
Jim, can you tell me, what this kind of means for someone like Daewon Coleman that's been through all these injuries and to have this opportunity? I know he was there as a freshman, but now to be a contributing member more and just kind of have this opportunity. What he does well against UNC specifically, I guess.
Well, Daewon's really improved as the season's gone along, which you would hope after not playing for 2.5 years practically. I think he's had a great year. I think he's got potential to now that he's getting this time, that he stays healthy to even be better. But he's a very important player for us in the middle, and I'm really happy for him because he's a guy that I know we've never had a guy that couldn't play for 2 years and had to rehab every day for 2 years. And his rehabs, it's not like what adults get hurt and they have to rehab an injury and they go to the guy for 30 minutes and that's their rehab. He rehabs for 3 hours a day. He did it every day for 2 years, summer, spring, fall, winter, without the ability to play in a game. I don't know if I could have done that. I mean, it's a hard rehab, and he never hesitated. I don't think he ever missed a day in 2 years, and I'm happy that he's been able to get back and be able to play. Really, going into this year, I would say we were 50-50 that he would last 10 games. So we're happy that he's been able to get through this. It's been great. I know his teammates really admire what he's put himself through. Could you see yourself doing that, Trevor and Mike?
No, not like the way Daewon did it. No.
It's a great story. Really is. It's a great story.
Just a reminder, while joining us here in the main interview room, please refrain from the use of flash photography. Also, no video recording devices, including mobile phones, just if you guys want to check that out. If you have a question for Trevor or Michael or Coach Boeheim, please raise your hand. We have one up front. Please remember to state your name and media outlet and then address your question.
Brett Friedlander, Wilmington Star News. Michael, what did you get out of the experience that you had at Duke, and in what ways have you grown most since you've been at Syracuse?
I think the whole Duke experience was just an eye-opener for me. Coming out of high school, I thought I was ready to play, and I kind of found out that I wasn't. I think one of the biggest things I took from my whole Duke experience was just how to approach the game of basketball from a work ethic standpoint. Coming out of high school, I wasn't in good shape, and I was always tired when I was at Duke, and that was just a huge focus for me leaving. It's just making sure I was in shape.
We have a follow-up. Hold on for the microphone.
And how have you grown? In what ways have you grown most since being at Syracuse?
The best thing is I don't yell at him anymore, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Just as I've been at Syracuse, I think I learned a lot, both on and off the court. And I think from a maturing standpoint, I think I matured into a young man.
If you have a question for our student athletes or for Coach Boeheim, please raise your hand. We'll send the microphone in your direction. Any further questions for Coach or for the student athletes from Syracuse? Oh, we have one more. Third row center.
Jay Alter, WAER. Trevor, you were part of the team that went to Atlanta a couple of years ago. What lessons have you been sharing with the younger guys that haven't been through an experience like this?
That was just an amazing run that we went on as a team. And I've told the guys, I've learned from those experiences, just how to come together as a team and a group and to play for each other. And that's what I've been telling these guys. But when you get to the Final Four, you kind of have to take everything in. The court's a little bit different, and good thing we were able to practice there yesterday.
Continuing with questions. On the left side toward the front, Shannon.
Shannon Spake, ESPN. For both of you guys, I just asked Coach Boeheim about the personality of this group, and he said he thinks maybe you guys took on the personality of the head coach. If so, what would that be?
Trevor first, then Michael, please.
I don't even know how to answer that one.
Michael?
Shannon, I was joking a little bit. These guys have a good personality. They really do.
We're laid back, I would say. Everyone enjoys everyone's company. Everyone hangs out. It's definitely a fun group to be around.
Yeah, overall, the personality, I think as a team as a whole, it's just a very fun environment, but still competitive.
We have time for a few more questions. If there are any, just raise your hand. There's one all the way to the right in the back.
Hey guys, Mike Solarte, Time Warner Cable News, North Carolina. For Michael, your time at Duke, and I apologize if you've been asked this already, but your time at Duke and now you find yourself in the Final Four playing their 8-mile-away rival in this Final Four. Is there some kind of, I don't know, strange symmetry in all that for you that, you were with one school and now you're playing their rival for a different school?
Playing the ACC, Carolina, Duke, Louisville, there's a bunch of good teams at the top, and Carolina's definitely one of them. So you get excited for games like these. But when I was at Duke, the Duke-UNC rivalry was something special. But I kind of moved on from that, and I'm just approaching this game as I would any other game right now.
Another question on the left side toward the front.
Varun Raghupathi, WAER. Mike, you have a great relationship with your younger brother, and it's been well documented. What does it mean to you that you're going to be playing in a Final Four in front of him?
I always consider him as him and my mom to be good luck charms. Whenever they come watch me play, I think the team and me overall have good success. So for them to participate in the stands and watch us play, I think it's good for us.
Another one up front to the left.
Trevor, you guys played Carolina tough both times this year. What do you learn from those two games? What do you take from it that you need to get over the hump?
I think it gives us some confidence going into this game. That we could play with these guys. We had them at home. They went on a run towards the end of the game, and then we went into Carolina late into the year and played well. And once again, we were there at the end, and we just couldn't get the stop that we needed or score enough to really get back to the game. But I think it just gives us the confidence to go into this game that we can play with these guys. And if we play the way that we've been playing defensively, I think we'll be fine.
Is there a final question for Syracuse at this time? All right, we'd like to thank Trevor and Michael and Coach for joining us. Good luck tomorrow evening, fellas.